The devil beating his wife is a weather event, not a domestic one, so let's discuss some phrases you may or may not know that come from the South. Alright now, the devil beating his wife has never been my favorite phrase, but if you hear somebody saying that down here, it's not a metaphor for an actual person being the devil beating on his wife. If you heard somebody say that, most likely it means the sun is shining while it's raining or while it's thundering. It depends, kind of regional, depending on that, but basically there's a storm, but the sun is out. That's the devil beating his wife. It makes my heart sad every time. I used to wonder, when was the wedding? Nobody told me. Then we investigated a come apart. Now, if somebody's having a come apart, they are completely falling apart. There was a clue in that one, right? Falling apart, a come apart. A come apart is when you're really losing it. You can have a come apart on somebody. You can have a come apart because of somebody. Or you can have a come apart right because yourself. You did it, and look at you now. A mental breakdown, a mentee bee, is a come apart. Now, a come to Jesus meeting sounds like it might be a revival or an altar call, and it can be in those certain scenarios, but if somebody tells you you're going to have a come to Jesus meeting with them, or we're about to have a come to Jesus meeting, you're going to make me and you have a come to Jesus meeting, you're in a lot of trouble. A come to Jesus meeting is when they're going to take you to Jesus by pointing out all the things that you have done wrong and the error of your ways. It's a moment of reckoning, a moment of revelation, a moment of stopping and seeing the errors of your ways and becoming a new person made new and whole. So come to Jesus meeting. You don't want to go to a come to Jesus meeting. Now, you might want to call a come to Jesus meeting because they're getting on your very last nerve, but you don't want to attend a come to Jesus meeting most of the time. Mess is a fun word down here, and you can add as many syllables as you want, really, but if you say somebody's a mess, you're not talking about the way they look or the way their home is. You're talking about their general vibe. She's a mess. That could mean she's so funny, she's a mess. She just knocks me out. Or it could mean she's a sloppy mess. It doesn't have to do with your physical appearance. It has more to do with your vibes. Now, this one's easy. We should all got this one. If your neighbor's house is catty-corner to you, it's diagonally across the way. Now, some of us in not the South say kitty-corner, and I like that just as much as I like kitties. But catty-corner, kitty-corner. We're going across the way at a diagonal. If I told someone to quit being ugly, do I hope they make a physical change to their appearance? Or do I want to change their behavior? Am I prompting a behavioral change? And in this case, we're discussing behavior. Your behavior can be ugly, and most likely in the South, if someone calls you ugly or references ugly in any way, they're most likely talking about your behavior, because it wouldn't be nice to talk about somebody's physical description, at least to their face. So if somebody says quit being ugly, you need to think about what you're doing and change those actions and show love. Now, all stove up. You're all stove up from the day you've been working in the garden too long, you bent over for too long. Maybe if you had a car accident, you got whiplash, you're stove up. Now, what happened to it if it tumped over? It fell over. It was knocked over. It went from vertical to sideways or down. It was on something, and now it is not. It tumped itself over. That one's fun. Add that to your vocab. That was for free. You could say tipped over, but tumped is a lot better. All right, now we're going to fill in the blank. First one, blank the light on. In this case, I was referencing and looking for cut the light on. We like to cut the light on. A lot of y'all turn the light on, switch the light on. We like to cut it on. Blank the button. Here we're going to mash the button. We're going to mash the potatoes and we're going to mash the button. You mash the button. You could push the button, but it's way more fun if you mash it. If you press it, you're just being fancy. Blank the car. Now, I realize this could have been a bunch of things, but I was looking for crank the car. If I'm turning the car on, I'm going to crank it. Don't beat yourself up if you didn't get that one. I wasn't very clear about most of these. It was just for fun and not for seriously. And our last one, blank me to the store. This one I said just the other day, and it would be carry me to the store. You could also replace that with tote me to the store. Carry me, tote me to the store is a much better way of saying take me to the store. So all these have appeared in our previous videos. The only one that was a little slider was tumped. I just wanted to see, and I was right. I think that might just be us. But now everybody can say it. We can all say tumped over. So I hope you enjoyed your pop quiz. I hope you learned something today. We had thousands of people join our quiz, and thousands of people fail it, and thousands of people pass it with flying colors. So wherever you landed on that spectrum, I'm just real glad that you're here. Let me know below how you did, and let me know what should be on our next Southern Pop Quiz.